Hey guys, Kilix here, the #1 version collector in North America. Today we're diving into one of the biggest new world activities in patch 11.2, which is called Ecological Succession. This isn't just another side grind, it's a massive account-wide system where you'll be building and maintaining your own oasis inside Koresh. You're going to be unlocking species, working with experts, and earning some of the best rewards in the current patch, including a mount, pets, achievements, and cosmetics. In this video, I'll break down how to unlock it, how the weekly system works, every species you'll collect, and the fastest ways to progress. So whether you're a completionist like me or just want the rewards, you'll know exactly what to do from start to finish. So first off, what is Ecological Succession? Ecological Succession is basically your own personal wildlife preserve inside Koresh. You team up with Venari and a group of experts to build and maintain the oasis, which is an ethereal ecodome where you collect animals from all over Azeroth and introduce them to the habitat and keep the ecosystem thriving and living. This isn't going to be just a one and done type of thing, it's a progressive system that unfolds week by week, unlocking new species, new experts, and even new races, like dragon riding races and special events inside the dome itself. Guys, a quick, extremely important note for collectors and completionists so you don't waste time in the future. Remember, progression here is character specific for the integration storyline. So stick to one main class or character for the Oasis storyline. Unlocks like specimens, experts, and repeatable quests, however, are account wide, with the exception of Rubarn. So you can do all of these quests, all the weeklies, and get the wriggling cash on all of your characters, but make sure you only do the main storyline on one specific character. To unlock Ecological Succession, you'll need to complete Chapter 4 of the Koresh campaign. Once that's done, you're going to head over to Talad near the Tazavesh Inn, right here where I'm at. And you're going to pick up a quest called The Oasis. This is going to kickstart a short introductory quest chain containing of 5 different quests. By the end of this, you'll be officially introduced to the Oasis and start working with Venari. Keep in mind, he's literally right here, but it's not going to show up for me because I've already completed the quest line, so he disappears. Once your intro is done, Venari will give you a quest called To Stormsong. This is going to be your very first recruitment mission. Your first species is honeybees. You'll travel to Stormsong Valley, capture bees, bring them back, kill a couple of them, and then I don't know why you're killing them. Help them acclimate and then recruit your first expert, which is going to be named Botanist Alenra. Now, if you experience bugs while you're picking up some of these quests and some of them don't show up, like they just did to me here, I picked up both quests, but I only received one. Just log back in, and it'll fix it. Another bug in this section is that the bees can get stuck spam evading as well. So if that's the case, just wait until the tranquilizer debuff wears off, and they'll reset manually and you can continue to kill the bees. I would recommend just killing the bees rather than tranquilizing them. This will prevent that bug from happening where they spam evade. The activity is going to follow a weekly progression system. Each week, you'll either capture a new species, recruit an expert, or work on stabilizing your dome, and you'll be sent off in different areas of Azeroth to do certain quests, like these over here, for example, where I'm just doing random bee stuff. And the quests are going to be themed and related to whatever animal or insect or whatever you're bringing into your ecodome. Over time, you'll end up with 7 different species. These are the honeybees, the thorn tails, the rays, snakes, slate-backs, lapbugs, and karoks. Remember, all this progress is warbound wide, meaning anything you unlock here is available on all of your characters. So you could do the weekly quest on every single one of your characters and loot a wriggling pinnacle cache on every single one of your characters. Once you've introduced the honeybees, the Ecological Succession weekly world quest unlocks in the Oasis itself. Once you've integrated your first species into your ecodome, you're going to unlock its related world quests. These world quests are weekly, and some of them are semi-weekly. So make sure you're checking in every 3.5 days minimum to see if any quests have popped up. The goal here is to get the Ecological Succession world quest up to 100% to unlock that reward. Now you're going to do this by leveling terrain, watering plants, doing repeatable quests from the experts, depositing anima from the Devourer attacks, or finding these little robots that are all over the map. I think there's 4 of them that I've found so far. I'll have coordinates of these linked down in the description if you want to do this. So there's a little robot here. I just like him. He's going to give me 3%. Now, the beauty of this, guys, is that you can choose how you want to fill the bar. You don't have to do every task, just enough to complete the weekly. Keep in mind that expert weeklies also give 300 caress trust reputation. That's why I recommend doing the weeklies first and then filling out the last 20% of your world quest bar however you want to. Okay. Now, here's how I recommend doing it. Start by knocking out every single expert weekly first. That'll give you a solid chunk of caress trust reputation as well. From there, you've got 2 options. Number 1 is wait for a big Devourer rare to show up. Each one of these rares are going to drop a quest item worth 20% towards your weekly. Also, killing the rare I can't pronounce this, Strabs guy, the one eyeball guy that's over here in this area that spawns in up top, also rewards 20% completion. Keep in mind that you can't spam kill the same Devourer rare over and over for the 20%. It has to be a unique one. So there's 4 total. Number 2 that you can do is tackle smaller eco tasks inside the oasis, right? So things like watering, scanning, drones, fishing. You can even fish for it as well, but each fish only gives 1%. But if you want to level up your fishing, you might as well do it during this, right? You might as well knock out this world quest as well. There's also a new mount called the Translocated Gorger that is tied directly to the Devourer attacks, world events, and Koresh, which are also tied to the Echo Dome weekly world quest, right? So 2 birds with 1 stone here. To obtain it, you'll need to collect 20 devoured energy pods, which are guaranteed weekly drops from Devourer rares. Each week, your warbound can obtain up to 4 pods total, 1 from each specific rare. Since you need 20 pods, this means that the amount required minimum is going to be 5 weeks of farming these rares. So make sure you're killing these rares, all 4 of them every single week. Pods are guaranteed from the first kill of each rare per warbound per week. You cannot farm duplicates of the same rares for extra pods. As far as their attack rotation in rare locations, only 1 location is active at a time after a rare is killed. The next attack will spawn 15 to 30 minutes later after the rare is killed. The rares always spawn in the same order, starting with the Oasis, then the Echo Dome, then the Atrium, and then finally Tazavesh over here where I'm at. The next timer only starts when the rare is killed, remember that, guys. So if players ignore it, the cycle won't progress. When a Devourer attack is active, you'll see a rare icon on the map itself. Notice the Tazavesh one will not show up if you're in the other part, in the northern part of the zone, so you'll have to be in the actual Tazavesh zone to see the actual rare, but you should get an announcement. The other thing that's going to happen is chat messages are going to pop up throughout the entire zone when it begins, when the rare spawns, and when the rare is defeated. At the location, a progress bar is going to appear on top of your screen or wherever you have it on your UI. You're going to fill this bar up by killing any of the Devourer related and associated mobs. Once it's full, the rare will spawn. Killing the rare is going to reward you 1 devoured energy pod, once per rare, per warbound, per week, and then a quest item that's going to give you a quest called Making a Deposit. You're going to turn in this quest to Venari, and it's going to give you 20% progress towards your Ecological Succession weekly. You're also going to get 15 Caress Trust Reputation, which is a weekly lockout per unique rare that you kill. Make sure to always pick up the Venari Anima Reclamation Program weekly before starting it. It progresses naturally while you farm these. Also, don't leave the zone if you're chaining all 4 rares in one go, as shard restrictions may cause you to miss the next rare spawn. Completing the weekly world quest is going to give you a Wriggling Pinnacle cache. Now these can contain rewards such as gold, veteran track gear, carved ethereal crests, restored coffer keys, resonance crystals, Kaj even, valor stones, cosmetics, and also 12 new pets and a curious laidback mount. Keep in mind, you can buy just about any of these pets from the auction house, but they can be quite pricey. So unless you have like a ton of gold, I would recommend just waiting to buy them, because the items like these, like pets like these, are going to drastically lower in price as more and more people do this content. So right now they're pretty expensive on almost every single realm. And speaking of the mount, the Curious Slateback mount is actually a ground mount, and it has a fun little text when you hover over the mount journal. So that's cool. It's a little funny pun that they put in there. When it comes to achievements for this activity, there are a total of 6, and they're very time gated, so it's going to take quite a bit of time to unlock every single one of them. The first one is going to be Otherworldly Ecologist. This is just to complete all 8 species storylines. This is how you integrate new species as well inside your oasis. The second one is going to be Ecological Variety. This achievement is quite a bit of a long one. It requires you to complete 1 repeatable quest for every oasis species that you've integrated into the ecosystem in Koresh. Repeatable quests are not dailies. They rotate with the weekly and semi-weekly resets, so they last up to 3.5 days. So make sure you're checking in every 3.5 days in this area to see if there's a new quest. There are a total of 7 species for the ecosystem, but unlocking them requires completing a series of storylines. Up to 8 storylines total, which is over 100 quests, okay? 7 of the storylines are going to unlock species, and 1 of the storylines are going to unlock a critical NPC needed for repeatable quests. Keep in mind, guys, this is extremely important that you do this so you don't waste time. So listen to this. Progression here is character specific, so stick to 1 main character for the Oasis storyline. Unlocks like Specimens Experts and repeatable quests are account-wide, with the exception of the Fragrance Expert Room Barn, who is a unique case. Since repeatable quests rotate twice a week, you'll want to stay proactive, right? Check your quest log. So for example, if you go to your quest log, it'll say 2 things. It'll say return to the Oasis next week, which you're done for the week, or it'll say return to the Oasis later this week, which means you have to come back here when world quests reset, and then you'll have a new quest. You'll always want to visit your Oasis NPC on reset days, weekly and semi-weekly. Don't rely on the map as well. Sometimes loot quests don't actually show up icons properly on the map. Just talking directly to the NPCs is the safest way to not miss any progress. The next achievement is Ecological Stability. This just requires you to fully integrate all 7 creatures. And then you have Brokers Don't Care How You Win, which is to win the 2 challenge mode races, which we're going to unlock later with the quest line. And then Expertly Done. Expertly Done requires you to recruit all specialists, botanists, wildlife experts, and fragrance specialists. Note that this tooltip is bugged at the moment and it's not telling you the specific thing that you need to actually do. And then the last achievement is the meta achievement to complete all of the above achievements. And that's the Ecological Succession in patch 11.2. It's a fun mix of progression, collecting, and minigames. Plus, everything you need to unlock is account-wide, so it's worth doing this on any alt set you want to get more gear, get a chance at the mount, more rep, more transmogs, pets, whatever your niche is. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to check out my other guides in the description. I have tons of different ones ranging from rank 1 level PvP guides, PvE key guides, and even more collecting guides. If you want to hang out live, ask questions, or watch me grind this stuff in real time, I'm streaming almost every single day over at twitch.tv/KillerKTV. I'll see you in the next one.